Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's really nice to be doing another review, but it means that I didn't make it to the gym today, so we're doing a review. Anyway, I am reviewing Savage Sasquanaut, which came with this awesome, shiny, incredibly shiny sticker, so nice job. And just number one. I'm going to review number one. I read some of number two, but I don't remember any of it because I fell asleep. So the book was fine. It's just I realized I was falling asleep, so I just put it up, and now I don't even remember like the first few pages. But what I want to do is walk through issue one, because issue number 4 and 3 on down are all on campaign right now as I record this, and so really spoiling issue 1 should not be a problem. I just really want to show it off. This book struck me as really funny, which I like. The artwork, if you can't tell, is perfectly skilled. We'll take a glance at who did these covers. This is supposed to be a 6-part connecting cover, so that's going to be really cool. The guy who's running this campaign, Wes Hartman, he has displayed what the 6 parts are going to look like all together already, so that'll be awesome. I don't mean to show off anything bad here. There are printing variations where sometimes a fold or where the front print is, they won't line up perfectly. You know, in bags and boards hanging on your wall, it's not going to make a difference. So please don't take the ones that I happen to get as representative of like the whole print run. So anyway, so Savage Sasquanaut. Obviously, this astronaut-looking Sasquatch is, but that's actually a prison suit. He's our main character. He's the title character. And this book struck me, excuse me, as really funny. Now, we're shown some alternate covers down here. They're too small to really get into, but this one is a Yeti footprint on the moon, and I think that one's pretty cool. And then there's another cover that, if I have to, I would get, because it reminds me of a lot of other comics. For issue 2, these two covers are also pretty cool. These were exclusive, so I can't get them. But these two covers are pretty cool here. And there's your Yeti on the moon again. So what's his name? Wes is doing a lot of covers. Duh. Anyway, Wes is the writer and doing the colors. Gab Santos is of HMT Studios. He's doing the main artwork, and this series of covers is by Gab, and then this one is by a guy named Craig Babir. So my compliments to you guys. And oh boy, I can't read that. Chahine, I think. I need glasses. Ladjolize. Anyway, they did this cover here. I know you can't really see it in the video, but I want to give a little credit where it's due. And so likewise, there's some other credits here. And now we'll move on to the story. So we're drawn in first with these yellow text boxes. The colorist and the letterer did a really good job of keeping things easy to read and consistent in this sense, that this is obviously narration and it's first person, so it's our main character talking. This is a prison break on a transport barge, but it's not a prison transport barge. They broke out and have gotten onto this, sorry, I should say vessel, not barge, because it's not a barge, it's actually like a yacht, and it's a luxury vehicle, so it has no weapons. And they've taken over this ship, and in trying to make their escape, they discover things from the captain, he's the bearded guy right there, that they actually have no weapons, etc. And our little green guy is the only guy who knows how to pilot this thing. Remember that, he's the only guy who knows how to pilot this thing. I was taken in immediately where I could get into this world very easily, so that was nice. I wasn't really yanked out of the story much at all by anything. And I wasn't sleepy when I read this part, so that's good. And then what else have we got? Well, we got some technology, we have some arguing. There's a lot of tough guy talk in here, and it's cheesy, but you know, I really do prefer show don't tell, and so there's a little bit that we're told, but it's not done in a bad way, it's not overdone. And essentially what Sasquanaut says right up front to us as he's narrating is that his fellow prisoners who have broken out don't know that he's pretty much not a good leader. He just makes up what he's doing as he goes along, and then that is the rest of the story right there. So you can see his kind of braggadocio style and his thoughts, where here he says to himself, boom, hero pose, and you get to know the character that way without being told he's arrogant, but it's done in a really funny way there, or pretentious arrogant if you want. So they're breaking out. They're trying to decide what to do with the captain, etc. The ship, they lose control of the ship, so the captain says, oh, I'm sure it's my people in engineering. loose lips man. He spoke too much. So they take the captain down to engineering in order to get in. They get into engineering. Of course, they make the captain go first so that they don't get shot, and battle to take over engineering. And while they're down there, there's a message coming in from the royalty on high. That's this thing. So they go ahead and play the message, and we are introduced to our antagonist. This is an interesting character, because at first she doesn't, and again, I like the artwork, so the forms are all good, they're all consistent. All these people in red uniforms have 4 arms, by the way. So, before I get introducing her with her 4 arms, I should point out the anatomy is pretty cool for people with 4 arms. Technically you should have 2 sets of pectorals and all that, but he does an okay job of making it look natural and without making it look like forced into weird or anything like that. So they're not monstrous, and I did start looking around going, well, I mean, there's only 1 chest there, but oh no, wait, that's the Sasquanaut. There's only 1 chest here. Should he have 2 chests? I don't know, but it does look fine for creatures with 4 arms. So the queen here is ridiculously arrogant, just making orders, making demands, giving orders as if she had any power. And because she's a queen, and she bumped the camera. She offers the little pilot guy the chance for freedom if he kills the dominant character that she's negotiating with, who is our Sasquanaut. And he takes a moment to think, points the gun, and then we see a new aspect to the Sasquatch, which should totally be expected for a Yeti, that he just beats the crap out of the guy, who, I was kind of sad because I liked this little dude, and literally rips him limb from limb. There's a little bit of gore here, but it's green blood, so hopefully nobody will pass out. And expressions. The facial expressions in this book work too. Faces are consistent enough, so the artwork is absolutely up to snuff. And the lettering, I didn't read with a critical eye towards how to do lettering, which is good because I'm probably ignorant there anyway. The lettering does, help you move your eye around a bit. So you look at things in a particular order. It's probably it's so sparse here, this one's probably a bad example page. So, we've got, sorry, my head's jumping. We've got, they're still, even after all that, and regaining control of the ship, they're still negotiating with this horrendous queen, and they discover nobody knows how to fly the ship. So the queen lays out, talk about tipping your hand, everybody does this. She lays out that the crew should not still be alive, because if they did not die in battle defending the ship, they're supposed to have committed suicide. And so she makes it apparent that when she gets the ship back, she's going to kill this guy and the whole crew, but she's still giving orders. So you ever get that kind of 2x4 down home logic that's just really everything stripped down and simplified? That's what I like about the guy making it up as it goes along. He just puts it as it is. Why should you be loyal to her instead of helping us escape when she's just going to kill you no matter what? And so the crew, except for a couple, totally turn tide, or turn on the queen and help them steal the ship and get away. Then we move to the queen's point of view. She is absolutely pissed. She's not drunk. I mean, she's absolutely angry, and as you can see, she's swatting people and whatnot, and yelling orders and blah blah blah, and it's all incredibly melodramatic. Did I stutter? There will be nowhere to run. They will be hunted everywhere. Now go. Yes, your wish, your majesty. Anyway, and then the closing page. I'm not worried about spoiling this because it's an old issue. She luxuriates on her bed, thinking, "What a glorious day!" Okay. That was a bit of a surprise, because instead of being a very broad-brushed character, she actually has more crazy going on than was initially presented, and I thought that was really funny. So a lot of the book made me laugh. I need that, so I appreciate that about it. It's really well drawn. The characters, I think, are pretty genuine. They're true to themselves without being too narrow, except for this queen figure a little bit, but then she turns out to have more to her than it appears, probably more psycho than it appears at first. Oh, and down here, if you do get the book, On the first page, where's the camera? There we are. Yeah, it shows these things all blended together. That's all the covers. So we shall see what's going to happen. I wonder if, you know, she's going to end up getting together with the Sasquatch because they hate each other at first, and that's how a lot of Hollywood movies go, but whatever. So I appreciated it. I had a lot of fun, and I think that's a big part of the key to this book is it's time to have some fun, and this book delivered. So let's see, Wes Hartman has a campaign for number 4 going on right now. We'll see what happens in the future. That one's ending like really, really soon. But I wanted to get the word out there that this was a very enjoyable book. And I hope to stay awake long enough to be able to read number 2. You see, sometimes I just kind of pass out in my chair at my desk. So look at this. Look at this artwork. I'm just going to flip through it a little bit. So obviously the captain gets into some kind of bar arm wrestling match. Seems to be doing well. Yeah. All right. Thanks for taking a look. Have a good night.